Hello to my wonderful subscribers and everyone else who is watching. Today I'm doing a requested video by one of my beautiful subscribers. I believe her name is Sophia. So shout out to Sophia. She wanted to see my favorite palettes, eyeshadow palettes. And I tried to do what the people want. So I have about 11 palettes here I'm going to show you. It's basically 10 palettes plus a bonus. And these are the ones that I gravitate towards the most based on the color schemes of them. And also on the availability of them, because I have a ton of palettes. And let me know down below if you guys want to see my palette collection. I think I did one like years ago, and then I did declutter quite a lot of them over the years. Like I gave some to my nieces because they're university students. They wanted some makeup and they didn't want to spend the money. So I did give away some of my collection. Currently now I do still have a lot of eyeshadows. I just don't show you the ones that are no longer available because there's no point. Like if you can't get your hands on the product, then what's the point of showing you? But let me know if you want to see a eyeshadow palette collection, and I'll do that. But this video for this purpose is just to show you the top 10 plus one bonus palettes that I use and I rotate out throughout my makeup usage. So I'm gonna tackle the big ones first, and then I'm gonna kind of go down in size, I guess. I don't know. So with that said, the two large palettes that I use most frequently are my Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palettes. If you guys don't know about these, you're missing out. Now, typically I will not travel with these. So these are like, they stay at home. I use them when I'm at home. And it's just, because of the size, it's easier that way. They are available on the Morphe website, so you can still get them on the Morphe website. I'll show you guys what they look like. So the first Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette that first came out years ago looks like this. So this was the very first one she came out with that was this big, and I loved it because it had like quite a bit of neutrals, and then you had like a few pops of like color in the emerald family. So this was great. You can tell like the love I use. Like this is well loved. I use this a lot. And I just love the neutral palette on this because you can do tons of makeup looks with this. Tons. Like if I wasn't a makeup hoarder, I legitimately only would need these two palettes and I'd be set for life, you know? But because I'm a hoarder, I have a whole shit ton of other stuff that I use. But if you are just someone who doesn't travel, you do your makeup at home, before you leave, you don't travel anywhere, you don't go anywhere like that you need to wear eye makeup, then I would say get yourself these two palettes and you should be good to go. I digress though, because I mean, if you're a makeup lover like me, then knock yourself out and get all the palettes that you want. But anyways, this is the first one. I love it because of all the neutrals, the mustardy colors, the browns, the puke greens. You got some like pinks in here, and they're really nice payoffs. Like the blue is just phenomenal. Here's the purple. I'll show you the green. So like these are fantastic. Here's the copper. That's the copper. You got rose golds in here. Like I'm quite dark right now, so I don't know if you'll be able to see, but you've got some rose golds. You have even golds. You have bronze. Any color scheme you can think of between these two palettes, you will find. I have to clean my hands before I ruin my bedspread with all these colors. So the pigmentation is there. They're nice. They're blendable. I've never had an issue with them. There is a little bit of kick up, but I mean, it's nothing that's not unusual for an affordable makeup palette. This runs 50 bucks, Canadian, so probably cheaper in American. So there's this one, and then the second one that I like, this one is a little bit more louder because of the pops of color that are more pastel. So you have like your pinks, you have some purples, you have a yellow, you've got some reds, and then you have two major lines of neutrals, which is fantastic. So you even have a black here. And I just like how I can use these two palettes combined. Like if I don't find a color in here that I might need, I can find it in this one and I can use these in conjunction together. So that's what I like about these two, being that they're that versatile to use together. These do not leave my house. I don't travel with these. You could, but I mean, the packaging is like cardboard, so I don't recommend traveling with them. I feel like you would probably break the shadows inside if you do travel with them. So these just stay at my house because when I do makeup at my house, these are what I use. So those are the first two that I'm going to show you. These are the only two big palettes that I use. I don't have any other palettes that are this size. These are the only two large ones that I currently have in my collection and that I use often. Now, with that said, the next palette I'm going to show you is quite a newer, it's a newer palette. I got this at Christmas because I wanted it so bad. It's the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. And these shadows are spectacular. So you have, this is what I like about this, okay? There's a cream black base and a cream burgundy brown base over here. So you can darken up your eye and make it look super smoky with the cream bases and then add the darker shades on top if you want. But then you can do daytime looks with this as well. Like just in this quad here, I can do a pretty decent daytime look and simple. And then I can add a pop of shimmer if I wanted to with some of the shimmers in here, which is fantastic. I could also do a cool toned eye using this shade here and that shade here and this shade here. So I have the option to do warm or cool. I like this because it's versatile and it's got a beautiful mirror and I can hold it in my hands, which means I can carry this with me to travel, which is nice. So I was obsessed and I still am obsessed with this palette. I have many events coming up and this is one of the palettes that I want to bust out for those events because I feel like this is a fabulous special events palette. This shade right here is like a, let's see if I can, I don't know if you can see it on me. Let me see if I can do this. Beautiful. Beautiful. They're pigmented. They are, some of them are chunky glitter, which like the Charisma, like the gold here, this is a more chunkier glitter. And it's great. Like I would just use my finger to apply this because with a brush, I don't think you get the same payoff, but these are fantastic. They are, I feel like they're better than the pigments that you find in some of the other palettes out there. And I have never, like there's not too much fallout on this. And the little fallout there is always expected with eyeshadow because you'll never not get eyeshadow fallout from any brand. Some brands might be more than others, but for the most part, like a little bit of fallout should be expected in any palette because it's eyeshadow. It's powder, pressed powder. When you kick up the powder, it's going to kick up a little bit. That's going to be normal. But this is one of my absolute favorites that I've been dipping into quite a lot, and I will continue to. The Huda Beauty Empowered palette. This one I think runs around 80 bucks, $80 or $88 on Sephora. So that's where you can find that. My next one is, and I'm pretty sure you can still get this. I should have looked this up beforehand because I did look up the other ones and they were available to purchase. Let me just double check my next palette. Yes. This one's still available on Sephora. So the next palette that I have is my Tarte Toasted palette. This is one of my favorites since I picked it up years ago. It has warm tones in here. You have a mixture of matte and shimmer shades. It's perfect for travel. You get a nice mirror with it as well. And the pigmentation on here is fantastic. Like, I don't know if you guys can see these. I love, again, I'm a bronze girl, okay? I like neutral shades. That's just what I like, okay? These are fantastic. They are pigmented. They go well with my skin tone. I absolutely love this. They're easy to blend. If you are basic, you want neutral, you want some shimmer, you want some mattes, this is a great one, the Tarte Toasted palette. This is the, I think it's based with Amazonian clay as well. So more on, I wouldn't say completely natural, but they try to gear towards more better ingredients than most companies do. This one is another one of my favorites that I continue to use and that I'll never get over. There's other Tarte palettes that I would love to show you guys, but some of them are discontinued, so I can't share them with you, you know. Next up is my two, oh god, I don't think I've heard anybody talk about these, I think, in a long time. My Lorac Unzipped and my Lorac Unzipped Gold. These two are also great palettes. They're thin, so you can travel with these no problem. They fit in your hand, okay? The Unzipped palette looks like this, and you can tell I use them quite well. This is more of a, I want to say like a rose gold, burgundy, neutral look, okay? This is one of my favorites for like a rose gold eye. Then I have the Unzipped Gold, and this is, you got some rosy tones in there, but you have like the gold to really make it more gold. You have like a bronze, a gold, and a champagne. And you have, so you have 1, 2, 3, you have four matte shades, and the rest are shimmer. And then I think this one in the Unzipped is the same. 1, 2, 4 matte shades, and the rest are shimmer. So you can do a matte eye, or you can do a shimmer eye with either one of these. I like these if I'm in the mood for like rose gold, I'll go to this. If I'm in the mood for like a gold, I will go to this one. They're heavily used, well loved. I love the formulation of these. Here, let me see if I can swatch them and show you guys. So the regular Unzipped palette, we're gonna swatch. They're not like too pow in your face, and that's what I like about them, because you want the shimmer, but you don't want to be like looking like a disco ball, is basically why I like these, because they're shimmer, but they're not over dramatic, you know. And that's what I like about them. So here's the matte shades. They're neutral colors. You can use them all over the eye as a deeper tone, whatever you guys heart's desires. That's what you can do with this palette. Let me just get, I have glitter now all over my hands, you guys, because of that shade from the Huda Beauty palette. Gotta wipe it down. Okay, let me see if I can dry my hands. So the Unzipped Gold, same idea. Oh, they're so smooth, you guys. Like, you cannot go wrong with these. You cannot go wrong with these. See how beautiful they look? I'm a makeup hoarder, so I have both, the Unzipped regular and the gold. If you're more gravitated towards rose gold, then I would just get the regular one. If you prefer the gold more, then I would just get this one. They're both beautiful. They're both creamy, blendable, beautiful for nighttime events. They're fantastic. Love those. Okay, so my next one I'm going to show you is one that I picked up last year, and I picked it up because the theme of this really reminded me of weddings. And I am in a bridal party this year. I've been in many bridal parties, okay? So I kind of get the gist of what a bridal party makeup should be, especially with the type of dress and the color and whatever. And so I saw the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette last year online at Sephora. And this is what it looks like. So very, very bridal based. I find this is to be very bridal based, and I like that. Comes with a gorgeous mirror, which mine is dirty at the moment, because I did use this a lot last year, even though we didn't have weddings. Or did we have weddings? Yeah, we had a couple weddings last year, but I wasn't in those weddings. But even if you're not in the bridal party, these are great for wedding events because they are neutral enough that give off that shimmer and, you know, that vibe, but they're not like too in your face. You know what I mean? So this one, fantastic for those type of events. I have even used them on regular days. And the matte shades, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matte shades and 5 shimmers. So you have more mattes than shimmers in here, which is good for once, because usually there's always more shimmers than mattes in a lot of palettes. And it's You can fit it in your hand, which means you can take it with you traveling. That's fantastic. So Makeup by Mario, Ethereal Eyes. This one, I can see if I can see, like, they're pretty, but they're not too bam in your face. And that's what you're looking for when you're looking for wedding makeup. See that? Like, they're sparkly, but they're not like, you know, really wham in your face kind of thing. The matte shades are very muted, so you're not going to get that major bam look, because the matte shades are made for like blending and for blending. They're made for, obviously, eyeshadow. Any eyeshadow is made for blending, but they're made for transition shades is what I'm trying to say. And so they really make the eye look pretty without it being too wham in your face. And that's what I like about this palette. It's not over the top. It's not too sparkly and too like bright and obnoxious, that you can definitely use this for those type of events. So Lorac you can get on Sephora still, I believe. Or no, is that Sephora? You can get it at the Lorac website. I don't know if Sephora still sells Lorac, but Shoppers Drug Mart does, and you can get them at Shoppers Drug Mart. Makeup by Mario you can get at Sephora. And I have another Makeup by Mario palette that I have in here. This is the Master Mattes palette that I am in love with. I've had this now for a couple years. It's all matte shades. You have all neutrals in here. This is a staple in my collection because there's days where I just don't want any shimmer. I'm wearing this palette on my eyes today. Very simple, very neutral, gives me depth, and it doesn't look like I overdid it. You know what I mean? Ignore the shadows under my eyes. The light, my lighting today, there's no sunlight outside, so my lighting here sucks. This is fantastic. Fantastic. I cannot say enough great things about this palette. It's got a matte black. It's got a brown, like a dark brown, and then all the browns in between, which is what I like. Camel color, tan. You have this light shade here. I love this. If there's one palette, okay, you guys, that I can recommend anybody, okay, out of my 10 plus 1, it's this one. Because as you get older, you start to veer away from shimmer because you don't want to accentuate your wrinkles on your eyes. Matte shades will never go out of style. I'm telling you that right now. Matte shades will never go out of style. This one is a great investment. You can use it daytime, nighttime, whatever you want. And even if you did want to use a pop of shimmer every now and then, you can grab it from one of your existing palettes that you have. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a palette, you know, sitting there waiting for you. So my Master Mattes by Makeup by Mario is probably my ultimate go-to when I just need to put something quick together. Oh my god, I'm making a mess of this poor palette. My fingers are all full of glitter. Love this. You can get it at Sephora. Okay, I have 3 more left to go. So this is by Huda Beauty. This is the Nude Medium palette. And I'm pretty sure they still carry these. This is like a quad of 9, 3, 6, 9, of 9 shadows. So this one, which one is this one? It's just the Medium Nude Obsessions. So this one is the Medium Nude Obsessions. Love this. If I just want to take something quick with me that I can do both a daytime, a nighttime, all mattes or some shimmers, this is great to travel with if I don't want to carry, you know, my all mattes palette. Sometimes I carry both with me because they're small enough to carry together. Sometimes I don't want to carry my Makeup by Mario Mattes palette. I want something smaller than this. So I will use my Huda Beauty one. It's almost 3/4 of what this one is. So this one's good to travel with as well. The pigmentation on these are just as good as Huda Beauty's other palettes. They are beautiful, shimmery, luxe. Can't go wrong. Okay? They're just gorgeous. Now, her transition shades are a little bit more, they're more for transitional and nothing too like powerful to, you know, pack on. If you want to pack on more punch, then you have to really pack on the matte shades. But her shimmers are fantastic and the matte shades are great for blending. I don't have an issue with her product. I love to travel with that one because it's small. And you guys, like I said, a lot of people don't like to carry a shit ton of palettes when they go on vacation. They want something basic, something simple, something easy, you know, and that's, as I'm getting older, that's what I'm looking at when I'm purchasing a palette, because I don't want to, like, the Jaclyn Hill palettes are the only 2 large palettes I own, and those are probably the last 2 large palettes I own, because I don't, I can't carry them with me everywhere when I go away, you know? So I'm limited to using those Jaclyn Hill palettes when I go on vacation. You know what I mean? So there's that. Now my last 2 I combined as one because they're the Fenty Beauty, what are these called? Snap Shadows Mix and Match eyeshadow palettes. So I have the peach and I have the deep neutrals. And when they say that you can mix and match, is like if you take 2 of these palettes and you put them together. Hold on. How does this work? There we go. So you can snap them together and it becomes one palette. So here's the deep neutrals. You get 6 shadows. 2 are shimmer and 4 are matte. Here's my peaches one. This one has 3 shimmer and 3 matte. So this is great for daytime, and then this is great for nighttime. I love these because they fit in the palm of my hand. I can travel with them. They come with the mirror, see? And they're easy to travel with. I really want to get a few more of these because there's a couple of ones that I have my eye on. It's just they're always sold out. The Fenty ones are fantastic for that reason, because you can snap them close together and you can take 2 in one shot. I love these. They're buildable, they're creamy, they are fantastic to work with. They're not too over the top in your face, so like they're not like overly bright where you're blinded. They're just really, really easy to use, and they're not, these ones don't have as much fallout as some other shimmers that I've seen from other companies. So that, my friends, is my favorite palettes that I own and that I use regularly. These 11 palettes are what I use on the regular and rotate through. Fenty, you can buy it on Sephora. So in case you guys are looking for any of these products, a lot of them you can buy on Sephora. The Morphe palettes you can get on Morphe.com. And Lorac, I don't think Sephora carries Lorac anymore. So you can try, for my Canadian girls and guys, on Shoppers Drug Mart. I know they sell Lorac there, and you can also try on Lorac.com because they sell them there still as well. So they're still available to purchase. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And don't forget to like the video if you want to see a full eyeshadow collection that is going to be a little bigger. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.